Now we're gonna put on the cabin utilities in the IFE pass seat switches right here. Emergency exit lights, armed. While we're at it, just put on no smoking sign, the seatbelt sign off. Then seatbelt sign on, I mean. So you're set. Now the window heat. What I'm about to show you might look a little tricky if you're new to this, but it's actually really easy, and because you have to do it's actually pretty easy once you get used to it. But the window heat, you have to do a couple things with it, so it'll take. It's not just like you put the switches on and you're done. In real life, I heard that they do the testing right here. So you're gonna put the window heat on. Then you're going to do the power test. Turn window heat off. Put window heat back on. Then test the overheat on the window heat, and you should get the overheat lights. Turn off window heat, and then turn window heat back on, and you're set. So yeah, I told you it looked a little confusing, but it's actually pretty simple. After you do it once or twice, so yeah, it's just a little harder. It's a little harder than just flipping on the switches, but if you want to be realistic, you should go ahead and do what I just showed you. So now we're going to put the electric hydraulic pump switches on, and that's about it for the overhead. But also, here's the pressurization panel right here. Let's say our cruise altitude's flight level 370. Set this to flight level 370, and then our landing altitude, let's say, is 200 feet. So set it for 200. This is the mode selector. Always keep it on auto, and your pressurization panel is set. So we're pretty much set for engine start. One more thing, go to the throttle quadrant. Make sure the speed brakes aren't. The start levers are cut off. And parking brake set, throttle's idle. We're good for engine start. So right before we start the engines, you're going to turn off the pack switches, which is right here, as I showed you before. And so once you turn off the pack switches, we're ready for engine start. So go to the right engine start switch right here and put it to ground. And the engine's going to ignite and start to fire up. So open up your ECAS right here. And at 20% N2, at 20%, you're going to take the right start lever and put it to idle, like that. Once I got to 20, I put it to idle. And then you're going to watch at about 33% N2, the oil pressure will start rising. You'll see the N1 is also rising, and then at 56% N2, the start valve will close, and then the right engine start switch will automatically go to off. So you started the right engine. Now you're ready for the left. So put the left start switch to ground, engine should start up. Remember that at 20% N2, you put the start lever to idle. So just wait up here. Now the engines are going to fire up. You see N2's rising, N1's rising. Also at 33% N2, the oil pressure starts to rise more and more. At 56% N2, start valve closed. So at 56% N2, once the start valve closed, the switch, like I said before, will automatically go to off, and you started the engines. So I'm going to show you one more thing, which is the after start checklist. Put the generators on, engine generators on. Put probe heat on. The reason we kept probe heat off before is because probe heat takes away a lot of amp. And APU needs a lot of amp to help start the engines. And if we turned probe heat on, it could take away a lot of amp, and the engines might, and the APU might not be able to get the engines to even start at all. So you turn the Pro Beat on always after starting the engines. Now on the air conditioning panel, put engine bleed switches on, APU bleed switch off, left and right pack switches back to auto, isolation valve auto, and you're set for the air conditioning panel. You can go ahead and put the ignition selector switch to both if you want. Doesn't really matter. And last but not least, you can totally completely shut off the APU because we don't need it anymore. You can go, if you want, to make sure that the engine generators are working properly, you can go to the AC voltmeter selector switch, put it to Gen 1 and generator 2, and you see that we have enough AC amps. So our engines are started and you're ready to go. So I hope this tutorial helped you out a little, and good luck to you, and hopefully you'll get this bird in the skies flying pretty soon. When I first got this, it was really hard to learn, but after lots of hard work, I got it. I finally got this plane flying, and it's absolutely great. I love this plane. I fly it all the time, and learning and spending a lot of time on learning this will definitely pay off. It's not a waste of time. So again, good luck to you, and thank you for your participation in watching my video. See you around.